Clague Road United Church of Christ. We're so happy to have you here to enjoy a wonderful concert. Many of you have seen Mary Beth before. For those of you who haven't, you're in for a real treat because it's just a wonderful time together and music and spreading love and joy to us, and we appreciate you being here. So without any further ado, Mary Beth Iams.
I've been looking forward to this all fall and summer and spring for that matter. So whenever Mark calls up, I'll be there. I'll be there. I love it. I love the environment here. I love the space. I love the feeling among all of you. And I thank you for being here. I think I was going to start with something a little bit classical. I was thinking about this today. There's a composer called Anton Dvorak. Have you heard of that Czech composer Dvorak? Now tomorrow I'm playing for the funeral for Dan Coughlin, the sports announcer. It's going to be at St. Angela Church, and they requested a song called Going Home, and it's by Dvorak. But I think I'll play that after I play a more upbeat selection. It's called Humoresque, and it's actually composed by Dvorak, and it's in different parts. The sun is shining in the first part. And then the second part, it gets a little stormy. You'll hear the difference. Then it goes back to sunshine, kind of like our lives these days. So this is the Humoresque, and then I'll do a little bit of the Going Home. Here's Humoresque. You know I'm portable. funeral tomorrow will be big, Dan Coughlin. Big, big. Get there super early, and they want an Ave Maria. They want a lot of Celtic music, which I love the Celtic music, Celtic women. So this should be very moving. I have a lot of things planned up here. This is, I call it a jukebox in which the quarters sometimes get stuck.
Mine too.
You have to tell the little ones what a jukebox is. They don't know what it is. Used to put quarters in it and get music on. It's very cute. They don't always. Some don't know who the Beatles were, although a lot of the young kids do know who the Beatles were. Oh, yeah. But I have a lot of, and I love requests. So if you guys can think of something you'd like to hear, I might know it, or you might stump the band. We don't, but feel free to yell out some requests. In the meantime, I'm just going to play some of my favorites. I'm in the Cleveland Pops Orchestra, and 10 of us went to Estes Park, Colorado this past August. Anybody been to Estes Park? Sue, Sharon. You guys have been to Estes Park? Well, there's a large YMCA there, the biggest you can imagine. And we stayed at the Y 10 days, and 10 of us, mostly jazzers. I'm not really a jazzer, I'm a classical, but that's okay, I played. And Carl Topolo is the maestro, and he brought us out there to play. And I'd never been out to Colorado, and it was amazing, where you're right at the foot of the Rockies, and you look up and you see the snow coming down off the mountain slope. It was just beautiful. And they have everything there for the kids. They have horseback riding, they have archery, they have axe throwing. I've never seen that, but it's amazing. And then they had 2 beautiful concert halls, and we played concerts in each one of them. And the Colorado Philharmonic used to come, and they don't do that anymore. So now we might be called the Cleveland Pops West. We'll see.
There you go.
Fingers are crossed that we'll go back. Because you never, the arts world is always kind of, who knows what's happening with the arts all the time. But this was very, very enjoyable. Did a hike one day, fell.
Oh, no.
The minute I fall, I go like this, to see if I broke anything here. I have to test, because if I wipe out and there's a leg hurt or the head bumped or something, it's okay, as long as this which is a terrible way to look at things, because you don't want anything hurt when you fall. Then the Pops also did recently a program of music with the newly formed Cleveland Ballet. If you remember the old ballet, I did the Nutcracker with them forever and lots of beautiful things. Well, there's a newly formed Cleveland Ballet, and we just did a program of Gershwin, all Gershwin. And they danced to it, the dancers, and there were singers as well. And George Gershwin is just such a great, great, great composer, and so many people, so much, even our contemporary music is inspired by him. So I want to play a few Gershwin songs for you. The first one is about us. Our love is here to stay. It's very clear. It's here to stay. Here we go. You look pretty, both of you. Jazz it up. front row theater. Some of you are too young to remember the front row. Theater in the round. Not a bad seat in the house. And in the early 80s, I was there for Tony Bennett for 5 weeks, Johnny Mathis for 2 months, and they would stay and do shows night after night after night. And it was so great. Now I think it's a Home Depot. It's sad. It was such a great place. But Steve and Edie Gourmet did this song, Our Love Is Here to Stay. They just brought the house down. I played for Liberace. He came out in a white, magnificent fur ensemble. And he opened it up, and it was dripping with emeralds, sapphires, jewels inside. Literally, they were attached to the inside of this jacket. And everybody's like, oh, bravo, bravo. And he said, you should love it, you paid for it. Well, I mean, this guy was something else. You know, he just, and then he had the candelabra, of course. He had talking about his piano-shaped swimming pool. I mean, these were the old days of, you know, music just, you couldn't get anything on YouTube, you couldn't get online, you were, you know, everything was either on phonograph albums or live. And so it was such a treat to play there. Tony Bennett was only about 45 back in those days, or maybe 48. He sang I Left My Heart in San Francisco. It was fabulous. And Johnny Mathis came. He still comes to town. Chances Are, Misty, all those great songs. And I think I might have mentioned last time, Johnny Mathis has been 82 for a while now. He comes back every year. Well, at 82 years old, everybody, I'm still kicking next year. Well, at 82 years old, next year. So he's holding. I think that's a good idea. I played a birthday party last night, and it was the gal's 70th birthday, and they had big signs up, Happy 60-10. I like that. And you don't have to say the next 7, you don't have to say that. Then after that, I played a 60th wedding anniversary. Both of them were in Avon Lake. Very fun, just to be bringing music. Uh-oh, I hear my mother. You know what she says. Shut up and play. I paid for those lessons. Play. Here's another Gershwin. It's called Embraceable, Huggable You. Here we go. Retirement communities, nursing homes, assisted living, and I like this one because it's called Someone to Watch Over Me. Not a bad idea for all of us to have that, you know. And it's another Gershwin, and it's a super one. I love it. thinking of my parents lately. You know, we live so much of our lives with them in most cases. And then they're gone, and we have our memories. And I remember my dad, he loved music so much. He was a whistler. He sang and he whistled so beautifully, like the most gorgeous, piercing, beautiful, in-tune whistling you ever heard. It was amazing. That was quite a gift. He could have been on, like, you know, America's Got Talent or something these days. I mean, whistling, who knew? But he loved music. And these are my grade school friends over here. Any of you remember what my dad did for a living? You guys remember?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You want me to type?
I'm going to have others guess. They remember what my dad did. Sing with me. What are they doing? First, he was an auditor. He did the books for the railroads. He was a Penn Central, but he was doing books for the railroad. Then he had to pay for my violin lessons, so he had to make more money. So he got actually on the train and, you know, drove the train. But he loved songs about trains. I mean, there's the Orange Blossom Special, and it starts out. Here it comes. I'm thinking of Pardon Me Boy. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Da-da-da-da-da. He loved that. He loved the I've Been Working on the Railroad. But I just got to thinking about the songs that he loved, and my mom loved certain songs, and if I didn't play them 5 times in a row, she'd get mad. She loved the song from A Little Night Music. It's called Send in the Clowns. are invited to a free concert on November 10th, 2 o'clock at Avon Lake United Church of Christ. So this is Clague Road United Church, that's Avon Lake United Church of Christ. It's my string quartet, and we're doing music. I'm calling music to go after the election is over. No matter what. No matter what, we're going to be playing music to take us away from all the commercials.
Send in the cause then too.
Send in the clause. Good one, Joe. Joe was always very funny. Yeah, our politics are, I don't know. I saw a bumper sticker the other day. It said, "Music saves." And I thought, my gosh, if you think of music, you know, it's non-invasive, it's non-political, it's just all good, you know, and it can bind us together no matter what. It's a whole different thing. It's a ministry, really, you know, Mark? It's a ministry. And sometimes when I play, I feel like I'm sending it right up, and it becomes something really special. So this concert, I think you'd enjoy. We're going to do some unusual things, but some things that I found from when I was a kid. Do you remember this song? It's called "Nature Boy." Nat King Cole sang it. Nature Boy. Do you guys remember this? This was the composer, this guy with the long hair. He was a hippie, but it was the 1940s, so they called them bohemians. Okay, so here's this guy, and he lived under the Hollywood sign in Los Angeles. He actually had a little home that he built underneath Hollywood sign up on the mountain there, the hill. And he lived there, and he composed music. And he composed this song called "Nature Boy," and he wanted to get it out there into the world, and he brought it to Nat King Cole's agent. And the agent said, "No, I don't have any time for that," because the guy was dressed kind of funky, you know. And the agent said, "No, Mr. Cole doesn't have time for this kind of thing. No, Mr. Cole." Well, it just so happened Mr. Cole was in the vicinity, and he said, "Hold on, what's going on here?" The guy said, "Mr. Cole, I'm so honored to see you, and I have this music I'd like you to take a look at." And Nat King Cole took the music, and next thing you know, he tells his agent, "Thank God that guy appeared. This is the most beautiful song." And he composed the words too, this gentleman. "There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy." You remember that? Oh, I heard this as a kid when Nat King Cole was singing it. And that voice is like you put your arm into a glove. And that voice is so silky and beautiful and chocolatey. So I wanted to bring that to you guys today because I just think it's one of the prettiest. And we're going to be doing it as a string quartet, which will be very rich and full and sound like an orchestra. But here it is as a solo. It's so pretty. couple other things. We may, if there's kids there, we'll do a little bit of Under the Sea from Little Mermaid. It's a little calypso. They call this a calypso rhythm. Were around, I played the Yellow Rose of Texas, and I also played All My Exes Live in Texas. That's always a fun one. All my exes live in Texas. Hilarious. People know and love it. But there were a lot of folks there from, as I said, Tennessee. And Tennessee has wonderful music coming in. There's the beautiful Patti Page song, the waltz. Little darling. Rocky Top. Very different style from that. Song. I was doing a lot of French music during the Olympics because they were in Paris, as we know, and French music is just so beautiful. You know, the Beatles loved, you know. The Beatles, yes. They used the French music, the anthem, and there's also Lady Gaga singing La Vie en Rose in the movie A Star is Born. There was a famous song in there called Shallow, which I adore, but there's also Lady Gaga in a bar, laying there with her, you know, everything going on, and she was singing La Vie en Rose, life with rose-colored glasses. made famous by the little sparrow running around Paris. Do you know of whom I speak?
Edith Piaf.
Yeah, speak louder. What was that?
Edith Piaf.
Edith Piaf.
Oh.
Edith Piaf was as big as a minute, and she ran all over Paris singing these, beautiful songs. And she had a sad, sad life. Her fiance died in a plane crash, and instead of going into a hole and just going into a little ball and just giving up, she became even more present in the lives of people, especially those going through tough times. So she ran all over the city and beyond singing these beautiful songs. So La Vie en Rose is one of her specialties, and it's very beautiful. So here we go. At the 60-10 birthday party that I played, the brother of the birthday girl is a hospice worker, a sweetheart of a man. And he was telling me all the songs that his sister loves. And one of them was Frankie Valli songs. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes. So I decided to walk in playing that instead of walking in doing happy birthday. I thought, I'm going to do the Frankie Valli song. And she screamed. She didn't know what was happening. She was because there's this violinist playing away, It was very cute, but I love this song. 1776. Do you remember that musical?
Oh, yeah.
1776. Long time ago. Then I was thinking a lot lately about dance music. Somebody asked me last night if I could play the twist. Shall we check her? Come on, baby, let's do the twist. I mean, it would sound dopey on violin. You kind of need trumpet or something like, you know, that's going to really, I don't know, the twist just doesn't translate well. I love how you think. Maybe I should have twisted while I played the violin. Babe, it's already achy. Very achy. Yeah, I take a little bow sometimes and I think, how am I going to get up?
I hear you.
You hear me? Oh, you're a young whippersnapper. Please. So
I
I've been
hear you
thinking
well.
about dance music and how much fun dance music is. Does anybody remember Cole Porter, Begin the Begin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, such a good song. I love this part. And then we have the bolero. Do you remember the bolero from the movie 10? Remember 10? The movie? The bolero is simply this. That's what the bolero is. And it goes on and on and on. Now in Ravel's bolero, it's 17 minutes of crescendo. It gets louder and louder and louder and louder and louder, and it goes 17 minutes. But it starts out like this. The drum has a little. And then the melody comes in. And it goes on from there. So that's your bolero. It's very, very pretty, very sultry, wonderful dance form. It's a dance form. And then we have, oh, the bossa nova. The bossa nova comes from where? Do you know where? Brazil. The bossa nova comes from Brazil. And there's some wonderful bossa novas. There's one by Jobim. Have you heard of Jobim? Jobim, it's not Joe Beam, it's Jobim. That's how he spells his name, Jobim. Jobim, I believe. He's a very, very famous Brazilian composer of the bossa nova. He has a song called Wave. Do you know that one, Joe? Wave? Yeah. Joe was my boyfriend in 9th grade. Stand up, Joe. I always loved holding his hand because I remember we walked to Winterhurst Ice Rink. We'd walk all over with bowling.
on 72 lanes on Brook Park.
72 lanes on Brook Park. We walked up there. Remember, we were 14. And he's a trumpeter extraordinaire. What did you say? Those were the days. Oh, innocence personified. But this was my boyfriend. I was so proud. And now I got a wonderful husband over here, genuinely. And Joe has wonderful children. One of them is a priest, Father Steve. Chris, I'm thinking your brothers. Chris. And where is Chris, your son's?
St. Bernard's and St. Mary's in Akron.
In Akron, his son is a priest. Yeah. You were a good guy, Joe. I'm not surprised you have a priest for a son. God bless you. So anyway, back to the Brazil music. So a real famous one is here. This is like a Whitman sampler. Tangos. Love the tangos. There's one from Scent of a Woman. Do you remember that? Was it Dustin Hoffman? No, Al Pacino, thank you. He dances in this with the tango. And this is the famous Una Cabeza. Here we go. Any requests? I know the time goes so quickly when I'm here. Any requests? Yes, yell them out.
Yesterday was the first day of Yom Kippur. Could you play some selections, please, from Fiddler on the Roof?
Fiddler on
Oh,
the Roof.
yeah.
Never heard of that.
I thought this was a synagogue.
Oy vey.
Oy vey.
Yes, of course, I love Fiddler on Clague Road. But yes, I love Fiddler on the Roof, it's great stuff. And so, here we go, a little bit of Fiddler. Oh. If. And it is. Woo! I don't remember growing older. When? In the heck did that? When did she get to be Are you okay together? Well, this song is from South Pacific. It's called I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair. And I actually played this at a wedding that became an unwedding. The bride and groom were a little older, they had grandchildren, and they were so excited about getting married, they enlisted the help of a bridal consultant. Honey. The bride brought a Chanel suit. The groom had an Armani tux. And they were planning to have it at the Ritz-Carlton. And it was a brunch wedding. And I was working with Lois, the bride, for months. She wanted it perfect. She said, my kids will be standing in for us. We're widowers. We deserve happiness in this third chapter. We really can't wait to get together. This is going to be great. And I was so excited to play. And she was, the Chanel suit alone was, oh my gosh. And she was so happy. She said, I have beautiful pearls. I'm going to really be doing it up. I'm going to have my hair styled by, I'm going to New York to get, I mean, this was really pulled out all the stops. So about a week before the wedding, I get a call. It's Lois. You got a stain on the dress? What happened? No, he's gone. Dave is gone. He went back to Cincinnati. Yeah, could have been Pittsburgh. I said, well, what's he doing in Cincinnati? She said, not getting married to me. I felt terrible. She said, I want you to come anyway. We're having the brunch. I can't get the money back. Come anyway. Lay your heart out. I said, are you sure? You know, she said, yes. And when I walked off the elevator at the Ritz-Carlton, they were all there, and her family, and they're eating their little hors d'oeuvres and drinking, and it was very quiet. And I thought, maybe the music can do something to change this. Maybe I can do something. And that's when I went into, and it was a big risk, because I could have gotten thrown out for this, you know. I wasn't sure, but I had to just blast into it. Kick him to the curb. I didn't look at anybody. I didn't want to see. Yes, sir.
Would you play a portion of Ave Maria?
Ave Maria. I guess I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. Ave Maria, absolutely, absolutely. So many experiences. I could write a book about this, and I really should, because I have seen it all. I've told you guys some of the corny jokes. I'm going to say another one. Somebody said, "What do you play if the bride is pregnant?" Oh. I should have danced all night. You're laughing really hard at that. That's so bad. That's so bad. But I cannot play it now without thinking should. You know? Etc. Yes, some corny jokes abound, and I will do an Ave Maria now, because I'll bet that joke and Ave Maria have never gone together. Nor has the joke been heard in these hallowed halls. All right, Franz Schubert. If you ever heard Pavarotti sing this, it'll bring you to your knees. It's so beautiful. And when I was a kid, I learned that the violin is the closest instrument to the human voice. When they graph it in physics and they show the note, the violin is actually the closest. So when I would listen to Nat King Cole and listen to Pavarotti and all these folks, I would try to emulate the sound on my violin, just listening to the tones and how it might need to be vibrated and the pressure of the string and all that. Like when I play Titanic, I'm Celine Dion. At least I pretend, you know, that's a girl can pretend. So anyway, Ave Maria, here we go.
Pick your brain.
Pardon, babe?
So you play with the quartet Beatles songs.
Oh yeah.
So pick your favorite Beatles.
I love all the Beatles songs. And if you guys come on November 10th, please, free concert, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll do Beatles.
Amen.
And we'll do like a little bit of Norwegian Wood. Do you remember this one? All those are great. Close your eyes. And then while I'm away, come on, colleagues. Etc., etc. Great song. I love the Beatles. Thank you guys. All right, last one. Last one, really quick. I'm going to do a Hungarian dance. The Brahms Hungarian dance, number 5. Remember, if we do this again, feel free to make requests. I can do all classical. I can do a lot of pop mixed in standards, contemporary, Taylor Swift, Baby Shark. I can do it. I'm not afraid. Here's the, real quick, Mark, real quick.
Thank you, Mary Beth, for sharing your gift and your ministry of music with us this afternoon. So thank you
It's an
for
honor
being
to
here.
play for you guys. Thank you all for coming.
We have a reception downstairs. You're all welcome to come and have a time of fellowship with us as well. Thank you for coming.